Alright guys, so I finally did it.
I took the plunge on the HD800s to finally figure out if $1,500 makes a difference on directional audio.
And guys, let me start off by saying that this is not a video to sell you on a $1,500 or more pair of headphones for competitive gaming. But in order to continue to place headphones on that wall hack tier list, I feel like we definitely needed an idea, a reference of how good or how bad or how similar the HD800 sound to the other headphones that we are reviewing. And anybody that's familiar with the channel knows that I have been on a quest to find the best competitive audio. And in my endeavor in that regard, I have settled on the HD560s and the Harmonic Dyne Zeus. The HD560s are a $200 pair of headphones, and the Harmonic Dyne Zeus retail MSRP for $349. These are two pairs of headphones that have absolutely phenomenal directional audio. I would say that in competitive settings where a lot of explosions and a lot of things are going off, I think the HD560s still offer that level of clarity during those loud, bassy sounds, and multiple sound cues going off at the same time might still give a directional competitive audio edge over the Harmonic Dyne Zeus. The Harmonic Dyne Zeus, for an extra $150, offers a very expansive, warm, and breathtaking sound experience for $350 that a lot of reviewers refer to as feeling like you have a concert hall on your head. And in my last review of the Harmonic Dyne Zeus, I said that it actually, to me, kind of felt like I was the orchestrator of a huge band, and I was standing there in that position listening to all the instruments going off in a soundtrack or a music ensemble. Both pairs of headphones are extremely good. The HD560s are an analytical pair of headphones, so the sound is a little more tinny and a little more of a quality experience where you are fine-tuning and pinpointing areas in a soundtrack, areas in a game that are true to the source, where you can kind of pinpoint and break out something that sounds not how you want it to sound. Okay, so a very analytical pair of headphones for that purpose. The Harmonic Dyne Zeus directionally are extremely good for $350, and I can pinpoint all of the audio around me. The only thing I would say the 560s do a little bit better are when somebody is directly above you in-game or directly below you. I felt a little bit better of a presence and understanding on the HD560s. Other than that, the Harmonic Dyne Zeus sound better, in my opinion, than the HD560s and offer very good directional audio. So if you want a really nice sound experience for $350, with that directional audio, the Harmonic Dyne Zeus are fantastic. And then we really get to the question of the big boys, the HD800s, for a MSRP of what I paid after tax, roughly $1,700. And I can say that as far as the comfort, the headset is very comfortable, but as far as the build quality, they certainly, at least in my opinion, don't feel like a $1,800 or $1,700 pair of headphones. I certainly don't have a sense that any part of the headband is going to break, and I certainly don't have a sense that the ear cups are going to deteriorate over time or cause me an issue. I think the comfort level is phenomenal. I did not have any issues in that regard. But the real question, and the reason we're here today, is how do these sound in-game? And compared to a $350 Harmonic Dyne Zeus and a $200 HD560, how much better are the HD800s? So let's check out some Apex.
One of the most important things in Apex Legends, especially ranked Apex Legends, you want to be able to be the third partier and not the victim of a third party. And what's very important about that is being able to hear directionally and distance-wise how far the two enemy teams are that are fighting each other. Not only that, but it's very important to not have sound that is so bassy that you can't hear opposing enemy teams while you're fighting the team that you're on. So as you're finishing off a team, you want to be able to be aware directionally and both distance where other teams are so that you can safely poke or safely get in or get out if you need to. And one of the best benefits of good directional audio is crosshair placement through wall. You want to be able to have the ability to track an enemy and have your gun and your aim and your crosshair ready to go to get as much damage as quickly as possible so that somebody cannot get away. Apex isn't just about aim, it's about map awareness and smarts and being able to micromanage your health, and in order to do that, good sound absolutely assists in the ability to not miscalculate how many enemies you're pushing into. You don't want to be in a scenario where you're overextending into more players than you thought were there and getting beamed. You want to be able to be safe, feel comfortable, and push how you want to push. But let's keep taking a look at how the HD 800s do for directional audio in Apex Legends.
So I really think that my testing of the HD 800s really went how I expected it to go. The sound signature and imaging are very similar to the HD 560s, and the way that I classify these in my head are that these are really kind of the big brothers of the HD 560s. Directionally, the imaging on both are extremely, extremely good. And the best way for me to kind of get you guys to visualize it is when you are shot in a game, you know when the little red indicator pops up with the direction of an enemy. I would say that the HD 800s would be a little bit more of a fine point, precise arrow towards the enemy, whereas the HD 560s would just be a little bit broader of an arrow, right? So you get this same precise directional audio indicator in that area in your head. The HD 800s just a little bit more precise, but the biggest factor is that the audio quality is far superior than the HD 560s, and the audio clarity definitely filters out a bit more sound as far as explosions and bass and things that kind of get in the way of hearing those footsteps. But is that worth the extra $1,500? Again, after tax, the HD 800s ran me about $1,700. The HD 560s are $199 MSRP on Amazon. And I have to say that with how good the HD 560s are, to only and solely use the HD 800s for competitive gaming would be an absolute fail in my book. I think that the headset is definitely, again, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not better than the HD 560s and the Harmonic Dyne Zeus for competitive gaming, because it is. But for $1,500 extra, the gap isn't as big as I expected it to be. The imaging is so good, and the analytical clarity of the HD 560s is so good at $200. Now, out of the headphones on my desk, the Harmonic Dyne Zeus, the 560s, and the 800s, I can say the 800s are definitely the hardest to drive. I did have to have my Mayflower Arc MK2 on high gain, and it is at 100% volume, so definitely the hardest to drive. But for a casual listening experience, both music, movies, I thought that the HD 800s sounded great, but definitely not as fun as the Harmonic Dyne Zeus, and not as warm, of course, as the Harmonic Dyne Zeus, because they are a very analytical and neutral headphone. The 560s, again, I would classify as the little brother of the HD 800s. They come too close to justify, in my opinion, the $1,500 upcharge. But I have to say that for a casual listening experience, or if I was doing professional music or audio type work, the HD 800s are definitely a huge step forward than the HD 560s in that bracket. I think that the clarity is definitely much, much greater on the HD 800s. And for a casual listening experience, I think the audio quality is definitely better than the HD 560s. But again, all three of these headphones sound absolutely amazing, and all three of these headphones have absolutely beautiful directional imaging. So if money is absolutely no object and you are somebody who is looking to take your competitive gaming to the next level, or you need and want the best of the best, the HD 800s are definitely the best directional audio experience that I have used to date. There are still a slew of headphones I haven't used, but I can officially say that while these definitely set the bar for me, the other headphones that we have analyzed and reviewed in our quest for the best competitive audio, including the Tiger 300s, the Harmonic Dyne Zeus, and the Sennheiser HD 560s, I can say that the gap isn't as big as one would expect out of paying that additional upcharge for the headset or headphones for competitive gaming. If you have a pair of HD 560s, you can sleep well at night knowing that you have a superb directional audio experience, and one that is not far off from a $1,700 pair of HD 800s. Again, definitely a headphone that sets the bar for competitive gaming for me. Definitely will set the bar for future reviews for the quest for the best competitive audio, and absolutely a headphone that I would place in my wall hack tier list of competitive audiophile headphones. If that helped, guys, please leave a subscription to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.